Nathan Cox here. Guys, if you can see, I'm way up here in the garage. I'm almost above the garage door, actually. What I'm going to do is some garage door maintenance, well, for the opener itself, actually. This is a really important thing to do. Now, some of this, what I'm working on here, is not actually work for those gear drive, like those Genie screw type ones. This is going to be handled for your chains or your belt drive systems, which is going to be the majority of your openers. Very simple maintenance tips here, but very important. The first one I'm going to do is tightening the chain. Mine's loose, so when I start it to go up and down, it actually kind of jumps. You know, it hops there because there's so much slack in the chain. Now there are guards there to help hold it in place, but actually if this gets worse, it gets bad enough, I reckon it could actually slip a little bit. So let me show you how bad it is. Alright, you see how loose that is? That is we consider really sloppy. There should be a little bit of movement in the chain. You know, you don't want it so snug that, you know, it's actually hurting things because it's too tight. So, but you can see the other side here is the real culprit, how loose this thing is. So let me show you guys how to tighten it up. Hold on there with me. I'm going to show you guys how to tighten it up and about how tight it should look when you're done. Okay, so let's come on down here to... Alright, you see this right here? Now for those of you that don't know it, this is how you pop loose the garage door opener. I guess I should go ahead and show you guys that since I am talking a lot about this. If you ever lose power or the garage door opener goes out, but you need to either open or close the door, you don't want to just go ahead and do it manually, you have to release it from the track. So you pretty much just... Whoop, I lose my camera there. You see that right there? That pops it loose from the track. Now you can lift the door open or close by hand. And sometimes they'll pop back in automatically. Most of them you have to kind of pop back in place. There we go. Now it's locked. Alright, kind of play with it there, but you get the idea. That's important to know. That's what this little pull handle was for. I kind of just wrap mine up here because it's kind of too long and smacks the roof of my truck when I pull in. Anyways, tightening the chain. Right here you see here, this is where the chain connects, and there's two nuts on either side of this bar. So you're going to need 2 wrenches, alright? Not very big. Well, first we got to loosen it up because the 2 nuts lock each other. So to unlock it, you want to loosen up the one on the back side. We also got to give it enough room to be able to tighten up. So let's loosen that guy up real nice like that. Slide the lock, washer back. Okay, now while you're doing this, I'm going to use my wrench. I'm going to tighten my wrench up so I can hold the chain still. So when I tighten this, I don't want the chain twisting all up. Okay, so... Okay, now that I'm done tightening it, I need to take this back nut and tighten it back up to lock everything in place. Alright, now let me show you what the chain looks like. Okay, now you see it's back up top, and so is the other side. You want to have a little bit of slack here. You can see down there, you know, it does droop a little bit there. On this side here, you know, now it's kind of back up in the same place. Okay. Alright, Well, I think that was simple enough. There's one other adjustment I want to show you guys here. Let me bring the camera back up close. Okay, important thing right here. This is your travel. A lot of people don't know that this exists on these. Almost all of them have it. And they're going to be on the unit generally here on the back side if it's a chain or a belt unit. And you got the traveling going down and the traveling going up. And you adjust these. If you think your door isn't going up as far as it should, you know, you can turn this, increase this or decrease it. The same thing with the downside. If the door isn't touching the concrete, leaving a little bit of gap, you can adjust that so it goes down a little bit further, or if it seems like it's coming down and crushing too hard, you can also adjust that so it doesn't come down so hard, because you really want the threshold seal on the bottom of the garage door, you know, that big rubber seal that runs all the way down there. You want it just to softly touch the concrete. These things here are pretty sensitive, so when you adjust them, you should really just turn them a little bit at a time. Half turn maybe, sometimes even just a quarter turn when you're really trying to get real close there. So don't sit there and decide to spin it around 3 times and then click the garage door open button to get it to go, because then you're going to reach too far. They're pretty sensitive, so just about a half a turn at a time, and then get the door to go up and down and see where it stops, and then adjust again. Guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope it helped you out understanding this is important maintenance to do on your openers. Make sure they're working right, because no one likes it, you know, when the opener goes out and all of a sudden now you can't get in or out of your garage. It's not a cool thing. All right. Oh, one more tip. One more tip. A lot of these have resets on them. If they're a Garage Master or a Lift Master or a Chamberlain, you see that red button right there? Now there are directions. So, and the directions do vary a little bit by model, but most of those are an automatic learn system. And if you're in a new house, or just bought a house, you know, that someone was in, or you're in a rental and someone was in there before and you got an opener, and you're wondering if maybe they know the code for the pad outside, or maybe they still have an opener, you don't want them just coming by and letting themselves in your house. Most of these units will completely reset. If you push that button down and hold it for about like 10-15 seconds, and that little light should flicker, and then it's cleared everything out, so now nothing on it works. And then to program it again, you just tap the button, that red button on there, sometimes they're purple, and then click a remote. And then you know, tap the button and go to that pad on the outside, type in your code and hold enter. And that's how you program them right back in. Now you can check the different websites for the different companies, but that's it in a nutshell right there. I think that's really everything I can tell you about this without boring the crap out of you. Guys, thanks again. Please share this video. Please subscribe to my channel.